Toni and Troy, Mystery Skulls, Part 2. Troy awakes in the cave. Where am I? How did I get here? He looks around and realizes he is in a cave. I need to figure out how to get out of here. He stands up and looks around and notices another ancient treasure chest. He opens the chest, and there are several jewels inside. This must be the jewels that two missing kids had hidden. Just as Troy is digging in the ancient chest, he hears a voice. Troy! Troy! Are you okay? Yes! Help! Help is on the way! Troy turns his attention back towards the chest. He notices a small skull and a key. I wonder what this is for. Troy puts everything into his bag. Help finally arrives. They throw a rope into the cave for Troy to hold on to, and he is pulled up to safety. I am so glad you are okay. Oh, it was nothing. I had some time to get away from you. Toni and Troy head home. They start to go through all the items Troy took from the ancient chest. Look at all these items I found in the cave. They have to be connected to the mystery skulls. Why did you take all these items? We really should report this. No, not yet. Let's just figure out how this stuff is related. We can read through the newspapers to try to understand the story and what happened. Toni and Troy start to read through the newspapers. I think I found something. There is another part to this mystery. I am still trying to piece this together, but I am reading that the jewels might belong to the owners of 3 different homes on our block. One of them is our house. Well, this just doesn't make sense. These 2 kids have supposedly stole jewels, took them from their own home and their neighbors? That's what I am reading. These missing jewels belong to 3 Main Street, 5 Main Street, and 7 Main Street. We live at 5 Main Street. They were never able to recover the jewels and the kids went missing. This is not adding up. What do you think we should do? I say we investigate further and check out the other 2 houses. Are you kidding me? You want us to break into the other 2 houses? Do you want to end up missing like the other 2 kids? Both our neighbors have been there since 1970s. Maybe they have more information. I'm not saying we should break in, but we should go check both homes to see what we can find. If they didn't have the information to solve it back in 1980, why would they have it now? On top of that, the neighbors are elderly. They may not remember much of anything. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like they can chase us. We don't know how those kids ended up missing, and I don't want it to happen to us. Don't be so pessimistic. Let's go. Toni and Troy arrive at Old Man Charles' house. They knock on the door. No one answers. Well, he's sleeping. Let's go. Stop it. It may just take him a while to get to the door. They knock again. The door opens slightly with a loud creaking sound. Let's go in. They walk in and see an old man sitting in a chair with his eyes closed. Oh my, is he dead? Shush! They walk closer to the man. Mr. Charles, are you okay? The man awakes, startled from his sleep. What do you want? I'm not buying any of your cookies. Get out of my house! Mr. Charles, we aren't here for cookies. We want to ask you about the 2 missing kids who lived next door to you in the 1980s. Just as Troy finishes his sentence, he hears a strange but familiar sound. It was the loud growling noise they heard in the woods coming from the other room. Toni and Troy look at each other and make a run for it. They leave the old man's house. OMG, that was creepy! He was creepy! His house was creepy, and this whole situation is creepy! We barely got a chance to speak to him. We will have to go back. No! You are on your own. I am not stepping foot in his house. What type of animal was that in his other room? I don't know, but I wasn't going to stay to find out. Toni and Troy head back to their home, which happens to be next door. As they settle into his living room, they hear a knock on the door. "I'll get it," says Dad. Dad walks to the door and opens it. No one is standing there. If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe